Good evening, everybody. Thursday night, big game coming up this weekend against Watford. Just going to do a quick live stream this evening just to, as I say, get a few things off my chest because there's been a fair bit of news around the club and things that were covered off at the weekend by all the great guys. But yeah, something's been on my mind a little bit. But first of all, we've got 16 games to go. It's crunch time for Southampton. If we want any chance of going up, now is the time that people need to turn up and start playing well. We've just had 7 points from the last 3 games, which is fantastic. 9 would have been better for sure. But we can't ask for a lot more. I think if we'd have gone into this last 3 and said you'll have 7, everybody would be very happy. So I particularly am. Obviously, we beat Stoke 2-0 away, which was fantastic. Our first clean sheet away from home for a very, very, very long time. So it is a bit of a breath of fresh air. However, a couple of concerns around that, and one of them being that the transfer window was open, whether people were trying to put on a good performance and maybe get that move away that they've been after. I don't know. But the proof will be on tonight's game. I think it could be something quite interesting, this game, and I'm really, really hoping that the team turns up. It's a bit of a big change, but we'll get into that. It should be a game that we're tucking away. However, I did a quick poll earlier in the week, I think yesterday or something, and it turns out that most people, 60%, which isn't a huge margin, are worried about Watford and their new manager Bounce, and I kind of get that. Gracia is gone, and at the moment they have interim managers, so it could be a good thing for us. We'll get into that in a minute, but first of all, what I want to get off my chest, and I haven't been able to put it to bed yet in my mind, it's the striker gamble. Obviously, we've sold Adam Armstrong. He's gone. 7 million, £2 million in add-ons and achievable add-ons. Personally, I feel probably a little bit too low a number. Some people I've seen saying take the money, and I have a few different feelings about this. Number one, personally, I liked Adam Armstrong when he was doing well. Obviously, I think most fans will say that. I don't think that he was exactly the right player for how I would want our team to play football as a whole. We've seen when he gets pushed out onto the wing or, just slightly different roles. He's not exactly there, and he does go missing a bit. But when he's on form, he's fantastic. And regardless of whether I think that he might have been a bit of trouble in the dressing room or not, it's clear to me that he was a huge benefit to the club, and I do believe that he always put in a shift for us, regardless of whether he wanted to get out or not. So, I mean, he goes with my blessing. I don't think the money's right. What I also don't think is that the timing was right. Personally, I would have preferred it to be in the summer. I think doing it now, when we still have a chance at promotion, we're not that far off getting, I think something like 7 points off of the playoff spots. I think it is a huge gamble. We're bringing in Larin, and some of the things that we've seen aren't exactly inspiring. Some things are interesting. I think the guy deserves a chance. Before any of us judge him, I think that he deserves his chance. And I don't mean coming on at 80 minutes or 70 minutes when we're losing. I think the guy deserves a chance for starts, maybe not initially, but if he's coming on, I'd like to see him coming on during a game where we're up, when we're winning. And but that means people need to start putting some goals in there, like Stewart. Hopefully he's fit and ready. So yeah, I would like to see the guy come in, hit the ground running, and I do not want to see what happened, with Damien Downs. I mean, that's not on him. It was just not a good. It just didn't work out for us, did it? I think we'll all agree it did not work out. questions around the signing of Larin. Is this ambitious enough from the club? There's been a lot of talk about our finances. Where is the money? What's going on? Why are they bringing in people that we don't really know? And again, the other argument is we didn't really know of Mane, Pella, etc., etc. But this is the big gamble. Now, he's been given the number 9 shirt, and a couple of places have been quoting a direct swap for Adam Armstrong. And of course, he's 6'2". In theory, he should be a big fella. He looks strong, muscular, and I would really like it if he's that person that's going to be holding the ball up and then laying it off, so Leo or Tom Fellows can come in and score. I'd be happy if the guy was getting assists and not goals. As long as he's up there contributing to the play, that's going to be the big thing. And I think that's where people like Cam Archer goes missing quite a lot. Adam Armstrong has in the past not been contributing in that sense. So yeah, he's been given the number 9 shirt. Some question marks for me around timing, costs, all of them things. It's been covered. Anyways, moving on, is Joe Aribo's also gone. Now, personally, and I'm sure it's not going to happen, but I would absolutely love to see Leo at some point, Leo Cienza, get the number 7 shirt, because I think we've been crying out for years for a legend to step into that number. We've had the likes of Shane Long, Lambert, Letiz. Number 7 is an important shirt for me at the club, and I would love to see Leo in it, even though I do believe that he likes his number 7, his number 13, sorry. So yeah, okay, a quick plug. I've got a new membership tier, so we're working on getting some members in the door. Thank you to everybody that's already supporting the channel, and these membership packages that we've got, you can click the join button, which is down here somewhere in the description, and it helps to support me. So I've made a new tier, and it's kind of like a cheaper pint. So it's £6.99. You pay that a monthly thing, and that kind of goes towards helping to fund the channel. So things aren't free on this. A lot of the systems that we use cost money. Anyway, it's £6.99, and that is cheaper than a pint at St Mary's. Believe it or not, I think we're looking at £7.30, £7.50, depending what you're having. So yeah, that'll pay for that pint, and I will thank you. So yeah, we've got that, and then there is a really cheap tier as well. There's a £1.99 tier where you can come in, and we're going to be doing some members only live streams. We're going to be doing some members only videos and things like that coming up in the coming weeks. We've got quite a big thing going on with live streams for me at the moment. I've been chosen by Google. Luckily, I've been putting on to one of their schemes, which is hopefully fantastic for me. So regardless of what comes out of it, it's going to be a good bit of learning, and I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, so you can join that tier, say 50p on a pint, get your name in the credits here and there, and I will always thank you. You guys are so important. So yeah, so going back, ownership and ambition. The playoffs is doable, but do the owners believe that the playoffs are doable? It does worry me a bit, and it worries me about what our club is becoming at the moment. There's been talk again in the news this week about Valenciennes and their finances and things like that, and that is a big red flag for me. £50 million apparently squandered. And we got to take this with a pinch of salt, whether the journalist who's reported this has got a chip on his shoulder from something else. I don't know, but it does worry me. And when you look at the amount of players that we've bought in and have gone on to be loans or sold by that club, obviously we're feeding them teams. And I don't really want to be financing other teams personally. I don't really want to be a part of a multi-club system. I don't feel that it's working for us at all at the moment on the pitch. I can't take away what they've done around the club, but on the pitch for me right now, this ain't working. It's a bit of a mess, really, but we move on. We've got football this weekend, and that's more important, and that is against Watford, and Watford have just parted ways with Gracia. Now, initially it looked like he had left because he didn't have that support in the transfer window, and I thought, oh, that's really good. I respect that, that somebody has walked away because they didn't get that support, and a lot of managers never get that support. But the club's kind of come out and said that he's lost his motivation, to do the right job, and he's just walked out and left us in the lurch. But there's going to be more going on with that. It, it it's Watford. I mean, they've had more managers and I've had hot dinners. It's we're catching them up though. We are catching them up on the amount of managers. But anyway, they've got Charlie Daniels, Dan Gosling in there, Mariappa, and they're kind of going to be running around. And so some people are obviously worried about them coming in and settling the ship. But with regards to their team, probably they're going to park the bus this weekend, I'd imagine. And we do struggle with that kind of thing. Whether we can get a set piece again and score, Flynn Downs at the back post, somehow getting it in, that'd be fantastic. But good news is that Irankunda is out suspended, and he's the chap that scored that banging free kick against us, and he was a real thorn in our side at that match. But yeah, he got a red card against Swansea, and he is gone against us. So they are a bit weak, they're a bit wounded, they're managerless, and again, we need to win this. So anyway, on match day, just a little bit of match day info. The kickoff is at 12:31. Now, the club are getting behind an initiative, which is Every Minute Counts. Now, Every Minute Counts is about getting people to sign up to do CPR and things like that. I think that is such an important thing, and I'm somebody who has had to deal with plenty of issues regarding CPR and caregiving in the past, and without having done training towards this, I think that you can be in a bit of a difficult situation, and the last thing you want to be doing is getting into CPR and not have some experience or a little bit of training behind you. And I do say to everyone, if you can get out there and you can do some CPR or first aid training or anything caregiving or first aid, it's a really good thing. And I think it's very important in this day and age that everybody has some of that behind them. So the British Heart Foundation, Sky Bet, they're raising awareness for CPR. It's a great cause, so fair play. Personally, I don't usually like the wokeness and politics and things like that coming in and affecting the football, but this is one that it's not like I don't believe in all the other things, but this is something that I fully believe in. So on the match day, you've got that. Before the game, you've got the fantastic music from the Moonrunners. They're always a good treat. So they'll be in the Northern Fan Zone, and they're playing again straight after the game. And a bit later on, you've got Cyle Larin, who is also a very good local musician, and he's playing at 3:30. There's a few things going on. The club's now offering a bit of a discount to everyone in the lobby for the first 30 minutes on their drinks, which is good. And they've also got a few things going on around the club, like some challenges in the family zone, Northern Kingsland Corner, to beat Alex McCarthy's time on a cycle bike. I will not be doing that. I don't want to embarrass the guy. Yeah. So Watford are in a bit of a mess at the moment. My prediction for the game is 2-0 Saints. I'm going to go with 2-0. I think Peretz can keep another clean sheet. I think the defenders have all been fantastic. We know what our best team's going to be. We know who we want. I do want to see Ross Stewart starting. I don't want to see Larin starting just yet, but I would like to see him on the 62nd minute, as we always make a substitution. But by that point, we should be 2-0 up. So I would love it if you guys could put your score predictions down in the comments. A lot of you will be seeing this after it's finished live. But yeah, pop your comments in, and then we will have my match day vlog is coming out. Probably it'll be Sunday afternoon because I've got a family event straight after the match on Saturday. So it'll probably come out Sunday afternoon, sort of early evening, because I'll have to get home and edit it. So that'll come out. Look out for that. if you can, click subscribe. If you're not subscribed, obviously, you can hit a notification button and that will ping you a text or something whenever the video comes out if you're that interested. But I put a bit of effort into the vlogs, so they're a bit different to the live streams. And generally we'll try and take in the vibe of what's going on around the stadium. So yeah, thank you to everybody that's popped into the live stream. Hello everyone. Hello Callum as well there, and Steve, Mega. Really appreciate you guys leaving a little comment. But as I say, everyone else at the club around the ground. But yeah, I think 2-0 up the Saints.